TJ, how difficult is a short week for you guys? I know the other team has to deal with it too, but
Yes, it's tough. It's tough on the body, but it's just kind of one of those things where it's who can get recovered as quickly as possible. And I think we've done a good job of getting a flush out yesterday and getting in today and having a walkthrough. And then tomorrow I think we'll crank it up a little bit. Feel good overall.
is it even tougher coming off such a physical game like the Ravens?
Yeah, but I mean, it seems like every game this year has been pretty physical, and we know it'll be another physical AFC North football game this week. But like you said, every team has to deal with it, and this week the Browns have to deal with it just like we do.
TJ, you feel anything about this team in terms of potential? It's been a while since you had this kind of record.
I mean, we're just taking it one game at a time. We really are. We feel like we have a lot of good personnel, good coaching, good schemes. We're trying to put together good games week after week, starting with good practices, and I feel like we're doing that week in and week out.
TJ, just might go along to that same point, but 10 games in here, I think you played with 5 playoff teams and beaten them all. Like, do you feel like you guys have been pretty well tested to this point this season as you now get into the teeth of divisional play?
I mean, those are things for you guys to talk about. We're just trying to play who's on the schedule. We're trying to win. We're trying to continue to get better each and every week. I feel like that's something that we've been able to do, but it doesn't do anything if we lay an egg on Thursday night. We need to continue to grow, continue to get better, and stay humble through it all.
Do you feel like you've met quality with quality throughout, like played your best games against the best opposition who's been out there?
It's hard to say if we've played our best yet. I hope we haven't played our best yet.
TJ, how do you keep that focus or tell guys not to lay an egg, not to overlook this team?
I mean, that's the special thing about this group is you don't really have to. We have a good mix of, like we said this whole time, old and young guys, guys that have done it at a high level, whether it's here or other places that have played in a lot of big games that want to continue to make plays. So it's not like something we need to go around and encouraging guys, this is a big game this week. We all understand it.
TJ, a lot of guys have been focusing on team with you guys, not just individuals. Do you feel like this year's maybe been different than years past, where this is more of like a team?
Yeah, I don't want to discredit other seasons, but it definitely feels like we are a collective unit, and that's not even just defensively. I think that's special teams, that's offense, defense, all together, and it's not only just on the field, it's off the field as well. We don't care who's making the plays, we don't care who gets the credit, we just want to win, and that's, I think, what's led to some of the success that we've had.
TJ, you got a bunch of young guys making plays like Joey, Nick, Peyton, to match plays that you make, plays that Cam makes. What does that do for a defense when it's kind of coming from everywhere?
Yeah, it's huge, especially when those guys are in the important meetings, the extra meetings. It's not just the minimum requirement. Those guys are trying to learn, trying to ask good questions. Peyton asked me, what should I do on a short week? Guys are asking the right questions, and it's awesome to see when those things are applied from meeting room onto the practice field and then practice field into the game field, and that's what you're starting to see.
TJ, you and Miles aren't on the field at the same time. Is there any extra meaning when you guys are on the same field and the whole league's watching?
Oh, not really. I mean, I have respect for everybody in the league. Obviously, a guy who's been a top pass rusher in the league for a long time, but I don't compete directly against him. It's our team versus their team, and at the end of the day, I just want the Pittsburgh Steelers to come out with a win.
Anything else?
Arlo fans made a big deal of you shaving your head last week. Is there anything to that?
They can read into it whatever they want. I love doing it.
Cam, how difficult is it for short weeks for you guys? Like, what's different about it?
Prep is sped up. Body's a little bit more sore. It's just, you're trying to recover. But, the thing about it is they have to deal with it too. So it's an even playing field on that. And we'll be ready.
Is it even more difficult coming off a game, like such a hard-fought, hard-hitting kind of game, like physical game like the Ravens?
Ask me after the game.
Is it more of a mental or physical challenge?
I think it's both. The physical reps, you're not going to get that many coming off a game, but the mental side, you're just, you don't want to be the same from last week. You want to make your adjustments, and you're trying to fit run, pass, and situational football all into a condensed week.
Mike said he hadn't even looked at the tape when we talked to him yesterday. Does the fact that you guys won coming into the short week mean, it's not so urgent that you're like, we got to look and clean up all this stuff before we get to the Browns, where you can just kind of say, okay, good win, now let's get right on the next team?
When he said look at the tape, was he referring to the Baltimore tape?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, that dude, he was already on the Browns when we were in the locker room. I think, there's not a lot of time to, really analyze what you did in the last game. You know, I was even talking to Dunbar, and we have grade sheets every week, and we didn't get a grade sheet yet. But, you know, understanding that we have to move on to the next game, lock in, and be focused on the Cleveland Browns.
You guys haven't had a lot of success in Cleveland the past few years. What have you guys emphasized as far as turning that around this week against this team?
You know, we're going into a hostile environment. We respect the dog pound. We understand what those fans and that team is capable of. You know, it's like, you know, those big rivalries in college football. It doesn't matter what the record is. You're going to get their best shot, and you have to respect that. And, you know, we're looking forward to going up there.
Cam, have you had a chance to look at Jameis and what this team has done this year?
Yeah. You know, I think Jameis is a gunslinger. You know, he can throw the ball. He's got tremendous amount of arm talent. You know, he's going to take chances. You know, and we got to make sure we stop the run. You got Nick Chubb back, and if you provide you know, short downs and distance because you didn't stop the run, Jameis is going to have a lot of success.
You said that Carl hasn't given you guys a grade sheet yet, but if you're grading the defense, what grade do you give you guys going into this game?
Incomplete.
Cam, Steeler fans have been taking over every stadium on the road. Do you expect the same thing in Cleveland?
Would love it. You know, it's not that far of a drive. You know, I'm not saying I'm paying for tickets, but would love to see a lot of Steeler Nation there in Cleveland.
Is it harder to take over a divisional stadium? Harder to see fans take over a divisional stadium?
You know, I would probably say yes because, you know, fans are, you know, very passionate about their AFC North teams, but you know, I think it's always fun when you see, you know, our team working towards a win, and you just see those terrible towels and, you know, enemy territory.
Cam, short week, do you feel good about the depth you guys have been able to get and have a Lowry and people like that?
Yeah, you know, Lowry, Loudermilk. You know, one of these days we'll get Mon back. You know, Keanu, Larry. It's a group of us. You know, and it allows us to stay fresh. You know, that comes with trusting guys, knowing that they know their assignment, know what they can do on the field. And, you know, we totally believe in each other. You know, we have good communication, and we understand on these shorter weeks, we all got to be responsible to, you know, win these games.
You guys just faced an offense that had a lot of different playmakers on, a lot of things you have to account for, play in and play out. What are the Browns that you guys have to lock in on, especially up front, and what they like to do on the ground?
They have different playmakers. You know, you have Nick Chubb, you have Ford, you got Njoku, you got Jerry Jeudy, you know, you got Cedric Tillman, who does a lot of the dirty work for them, but it has gotten more of a shine since Amari Cooper's left. So, you know, they have different playmakers. You know, week in and week out, we're going to have to be prepared differently. And there's a lot of respect for that O-line. You know, Batonio and company. I just, you know, you got to bring your big boy hat this week.
Cam, you just talked about the depth of the D-line, but do you see that at the other levels of the defense too, when you guys got like Roman Wilson and Beanie and, you know, first-year guys sort of making at the point of the season where they're being impactful?
Yeah, I think the depth we have is, you know, uncanny because, you know, it's Peyton Wilson, it's Atlanta Roberts, it's Patrick Queen. Then you move on to our DBs. You have Cam Sutton, you got Beanie Bishop, you got DeMonte Casey. It's just a multitude of guys who know what they're doing. You know, vets have helped out the younger guys to bring them up, but it allows us to be interchangeable. It allows us to have each other's backs and not, you know, blink in those big moments.
Cam, it seems like, I assume you can answer for it, but you feel good, you feel healthy, you've been healthy all year, you've been durable. After last season, you were pretty open about missing games, you're still lingering after that. Is that like something you had to almost mentally tested it and feel good, or do you feel good, and is that like something you had to get over this year?
I feel good. You know, I think, you know, there's been a plan in place for me to stay upright and stay healthy. You know, I'd like to be out there practicing more. Mike T's got a prescribed plan, and, you know, he calls me the captain of the swim team. But you know, I'm trusting the process, and it's bring pretty good results. Yes, in the pool, running on the treadmill, underwater treadmill.
I guess you made like a speech or something, or gathered on the 2-point conversion. You said a bunch of words to the defense. What made you do that? And is that something you feel comfortable in year two, or what?
Yeah, you know, Yeah, Pete Chris, I'm not really a talkative guy, so I just feel like something needs to be said in that moment. You know, just we was in that situation before early in the year with the Cowboys, with the game kind of being on us, and I was like, we can't be in this situation and do that again. So we just had to stand up, and that's what we did.
So are you a quiet guy, or is it because you're still so young and you don't feel like you should talk yet, or both?
I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty vocal, but you know, Pete Quinn thinks otherwise, so I'm just gonna have to talk a little bit more. So I'm fine with that.
Sorry if you've already been asked this, but just what are the challenges of facing a divisional opponent on a short week?
I mean, it's always tough. You know, divisional opponents, their games is always physical, always going to be a tough one, even with the record. So just to have it on a short week, you got to have quick memory, and you got to just really hone in and just be all together when we play on Thursday. Joey, you guys got a mixture of like veteran players and young players stepping up to make plays this year. What do you think that says about the defense that it's kind of coming from everywhere? I think we're just all moving as one. We understand the goal that we're trying to make, and to do that, we just all got to fly around and be sound together and communicate. And thank you. And I feel like, you know, we just keep doing that and just keep stacking days. We're going to be in a good position.
Joey, Terrell Austin was talking about the 2-point play earlier today. He said he was real comfortable with you against Jackson in the open field one-on-one.
Yeah.
At what point were you comfortable in a situation like that?
I was comfortable the whole time. You know, we kind of knew what they were going to try to do. You know, make the corners tackle, make the little guys tackle. We knew that coming into the week, and we're going to put on our shoulder pads and our neck roll. So I was fine with it.
But I mean, you've come a long way in that department, haven't you?
Yeah, I feel like I have. You know, I feel like there's still stuff I need to improve in that aspect. But you know, like I said before, we got multiple games left, and I'm just keep improving.
Joey, how do you feel they changed their approach since the Cooper trade in terms of where the ball's going and how they want to pass it around?
We know I like 19. He's been getting a lot of targets with Jameson. He's been basically like his blanket. So we know 19's been stepping up in their pass game, just like in their run game. And like I said before, we just got to put a hat on these guys and just play ball. Does it kind of help in terms of kind of building a defense up over a long period of time where you have young players learning from veterans like you and TJ Watt and Cam Heyward, just kind of building that for the future as well?
Yeah. Like I said, it's a testament to the great vets we have around here, man. It's a top-down led group, you know. Like Russ on the offensive side, and the way he has guys doing everything they need to do, and you got a list of guys on this side of the ball that just understand where this thing can go if everybody just on board and bought in, and that's really what you've been seeing.
What's the biggest?
What's it do for your prep when you have a quarterback that's going to be willing to take chances like Jameis showed here over the last couple of years?
We just got to go out and execute, man. We don't really a lot of respect for Jameis, what he has done over his career, man. He's a great player. You don't really come into games expecting no NFL pro player to play bad. You know, you prepare for them to come out and give you their best. It's a division game, so that's what we expect. You know, we know what type of challenge Jameis can pose if you're not on your P's and Q's, you're not detailed, and you're not executing.
What are the biggest challenges of playing on a short week, especially when you face a divisional opponent on a short week?
I mean, I think the best thing is to face a divisional opponent because at least you're familiar with these teams. You have a beat on what you could get. You know, a beat on how they would try to attack you. With it being a short week, you don't have much time to prepare for a very a spanking new opponent. So I think it helps in that aspect, but. It's tough, being how physical this game is, being how physical last Sunday's game was. It plays a part to getting your body back right. But here we do a great job of just leaning on somebody next to you. If I don't have a good routine coming into Thursday, I know I can probably talk to E-Rob or talk to TJ, something like that. So it's just a collective group. Everybody want everybody to feel good. Everybody want everybody to come out and play their best. So it's a team effort to just get to Thursday and perform well.
Donte, we've heard people talk about trap game. Are you worried about a trap game? Does that thought enter your mind?
What's a trap game?
Trap game?
What that mean? I played in Carolina, bro, for a long time. I'm not familiar with trap games.
What's Tomlin's message been to the team this week?
A divisional opponent, man. Key divisional matchups. That if that doesn't fuel your fire, I don't know what would. Ton of respect for another AFC North opponent, but we all know that we want to go out there and perform our best and play well. But a trap game, I've never heard of that term.
Trap game is when you play the Ravens one week, you got a tough schedule coming up, and you got a 2-8 team in the middle.
Oh, wow, interesting. But nah, I haven't. I haven't heard that this week. Yeah, man. Like I said, ton of respect for AFC North opponent. We know we're gonna get their best, and as well they're gonna get our best. And we the first game up for the week of both teams. So it's just come out and play your best ball and take this time to prepare as well as you can to get ready. But I'm really too familiar with the term trap game.
I know when it. Go ahead.
What about this defense do you think has allowed for so many different players to make such big plays?
Just collective details. You know, we've been so hard up on just the small things these past few weeks, and I think that's just been right for us. Like I said, with the fact that we have so many guys playing different spots, I think that just coming in and all the time we spend together watching film, all the time we spend together during practice off to the side trying to just nail in things. I think that just a collective approach to small details has had us playing very well as of late. We're just gonna keep it up and just keep executing the way we have been doing.
Well, I mean, for us, we just gotta be smart, you know, do all the cold tub, massages, whatever it needs to, you know, help your body recover faster. So that's the main thing, is getting the body back. You know, it's a quick turnaround, so just, you know, staying on top of it.
Mike Tomlin talked about, you know, getting on a moving train, working fast and learning the offense. He also that you're doing a solid job. How have you embraced that challenge as far as learning the offense and being in the right spots when your number's called?
Well, just being a professional, that's the main thing. Just being a professional, watching film, studying, getting an extra couple throws with the quarterbacks, and just staying on top of things. That's the main thing, is just, you know, making the plays that come our way.
How does Russ help with that as far as like a leader and a guy that's helped you get on?
He's a tremendous leader. So anytime we get like a small break or anything, call us up. Hey, let's get a go. Let's get a slant. Let's get this. So it's just staying on the same page and, you know, just getting the throws and just making it routine things.
How do you stay mentally locked in, going from having a week where you catching the game-winning touchdown and you don't get a target the next day?
Well, for me, just do your assignment. That's the main thing. You watch the film, you're doing your assignment. You need to be where you need to be. I mean, they'll see that, and, you know, I mean, we're winning, so that's all that matters at this point.